Hey guys, it's Kia, and today I am talking to you about my Middle Eastern fragrance collection. I got into this Middle Eastern collection and collecting some of them because these fragrances are known to be more potent, more powerful. The longevity is great, and they come at a way better price than many of the fragrances here on stateside. To start off, I'm going to give you a couple fragrances that I call my Middle Eastern starter pack. The fragrances that most people would buy or did buy when getting into or first getting into Middle Eastern fragrances. Let's just go ahead and get her on out the way. The first one is Shagaf Oud, and this is your praline, rose, saffron, vanilla, and oud fragrance that really just put my nose through a Middle Eastern boot camp. This one is so strong. It's not even a starter oud. So why this is usually people's first pick, I guess, is generally just the popular rose, saffron, oud, I guess vanilla profile, and it's not as expensive to try out. The next one is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. It has apples and grapes in it, and then it goes into its deeper, more substantive base of white woods, caramel, apple, suede, musk, and Peru balsam. So this particular fragrance, I don't get a lot of suede, but those combination of notes in the base definitely make it rich. Give it some oomph. It's not your regular fruity floral, it's your fruity amber, and it's delicious as it sounds. So don't think it's necessarily apple juice like a lot of people call it. There are apples and it's a nice apple note. It does have caramel in it, but it's just those nice fruity notes that has a nice rich Middle Eastern base. The next one in the starter pack is our Mosle Femme. This particular one now is also called apple juice. This one is a little closer to actual apple juice than the Casablanca. So this actually has plum, orange, bergamot, gardenia, saffron rose, vanilla, patchouli, and white musk. This one, while it does sound like it has a rich base, this one is actually a bit lighter. As it dries down, it does get a bit deeper into what I would interpret as a white wood. So it's not as thick or dense in the base, but it does settle into a nice Middle Eastern flavor. It's in the starter pack. It's actually an oil, and I will talk about the oils a little later. Next fragrance is called Dirham Wardi by Oud Al-Zafran. Oud Al-Zafran. This is Dirham Wardi. Our girl Choco Must put me onto this one, and you know, I keep trying to have this. Don't jump at everything that sounds great, okay? Like, put it on a list. If you remember those tips from, I think it was 2020 that I put out. I'll put those back up for you and myself, but on how to just stop all this crazy buying. Put it on the list, think about it, research it, sleep on it. So I kept sleeping on it, but then Nisha of Spicy Looks also talked about this fragrance, which jogged my memory and made me decide to go ahead and pick this one up. So I was able to get it on eBay for about $40. Yeah. And I really like it. When I first opened it, it's like, oh great, a nice fruity floral. But then I wore it and like, I love it. So let me tell you about the notes. The notes have rose, orange blossom, black currant, and pear. So those notes, let me tell you that the orange blossom does not overpower the rest of these notes. I think I'm fair in saying that because now that I feel like I've put my nose through an orange blossom boot camp, everything smells like orange blossom. But in this, I feel like it's a supporting note to those fruits. Then we have praline, jasmine, iris, patchouli, vanilla, and tonka. And this fragrance with those, you put caramel or praline in the base of a fragrance, it gives it a richness, sweetness that I absolutely love. This one also gives me a, I've been trying to search for words to explain what I mean, but maybe it has more of like a rose oil in it or some type of oil. I don't want you to think that I could smell oil like a carrier oil or something that's too dense, thick, and overpowering and sometimes can feel suffocating. No, but it has an oil-like fragrance that comes out like from the base notes. So I really enjoyed that about this. It makes it feel more sensual. I really enjoyed this. This was a great recommendation, Pebs. This is Tiger Parfum by Armaf. This is a white floral musky citrus fragrance. And I bought this and it smells exactly like Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. So if you're not familiar with Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana, it is a citrus white floral fragrance that's synonymous to like summer scents, things that you would wear on a boat, just a beautiful citrusy, classy summer scent and vibes. This one has been noted to last way longer than Light Blue, but there are also notes of white rose, amber, musk, bamboo, and jasmine. This is a great fragrance. If you don't have Light Blue, but you're in the market for a longer lasting citrus, I would recommend this one, and the price is also great. Next fragrance is Bade Oud is the full name, Oud for Glory by Huda Topaz. So this particular fragrance is a definite dupe for Initio's Oud for Greatness. So this is a saffron oud fragrance, and to my knowledge, it smells definitely a lot like Oud for Greatness. People have talked about longevity issues with this one. Because this is your predominantly easy smelling oud, I have not given it an all over wear by itself. So this one I haven't really had a lot of personal experience with to speak on that, but it is a great oud fragrance. Especially this could go into a guy's oud starter kit. But this is very unisex. If you are a woman that likes oud, you can definitely do this one. Yeah, this is Huda Topaz Oud for Glory. And by the way, the packaging is stellar and it's very much giving me Initio. Yeah, they did a great, and it's pretty heavy. And then the cap has the official little gold seal on it, so it's pretty official. The next fragrance that I have is Al Haramain's Amber Oud Rouge. Look at that bottle, so pretty. This is a dupe for Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540. I wish I could say it like my scent sibling Julija.
Baccarat Rouge 540.
But this one is your saffron. This is saffron, jasmine, ambergris, musk, white cedar extract. So it smells close enough and to BR 540 to me, and I've heard that this is one of the closer dupes to it. So I'm fine with this. It's actually a profile that's becoming very like overdone. So having a dupe bottle for me is fine. It's great for layering and layers well with everything. So yeah, having this in my collection is needed, liked, and yeah, I don't mind this at all. And it was for a great price. I think you can get this for under 50 bucks. The next fragrance is Al Haramain's Genuine Noir. This, you guys, is one of my favorite purchases of 2022. 2020, 2021. I don't remember. And that's why I'm doing a video for best fragrances of 2020 and 2021, because I just cannot remember if I bought this at the end of 2020 or if it was in 2021. I really think it was in 2020 though. This particular fragrance is unique. It is pretty. I enjoyed this so much. Let me give you some notes to kind of give you an idea of what it's about. So this is kumquat and lime at the top. That kumquat is just, it's fruity, it's soft, it's appealing. It's not citrusy, but it keeps it bright. Let me just spray some in there. Yeah. Okay, it's a little tart, but it's so good. And then it goes into the orris and jasmine. The orris is, give you a little bit of powderiness. Jasmine, vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and cedar. That base is not your typical, to me, Middle Eastern base, but it's not your typical kind of Western profile either. With the kumquat, it's just special and unique. I call this a cousin to one of my other very, very favorite fragrances, is Chanel's Zen. That is very similar to me, but they switched out the top notes. I think Zen has lychee in the top, and this has the kumquat. So this is just a unique profile, and it's at a great price. Something you can find under $50, I think, is what I paid. It's a good one. It's your cross between the fruity and the warm base. That's just delicious and very, very much worth having. Okay, guys. So the next one I'm going to talk about, Atara's Caltat Night. So isn't this bottle just beautiful? This is so beautiful. I heard about this from Lulu. I was interested in Kayali, which is in the gorgeous red bottle. Beautiful packaging, beautiful presentation. But Kayali didn't do it for me. I ended up selling that one. The only perfume I've ever sold since starting this channel. But I sold that one. It is a gorgeous kind of fruity, tropical-esque fragrance. But that particular fragrance veered too close on the side of room spray for me. Like some artificial notes that make up room spray. We know there's a lot of artificial notes in regular perfumery. However, that one just smelled like either like deodorizer gel beads or something like that, and that just wasn't my vibe. This one I heard from Lulu about. She said this one was really good, and I believed her. I just heard that it was close to Angel Share in that kind of realm, and I read that it was close to Eau Jaune by Parfums de Marly. And I was like, I don't need another one. I have a decant of Eau Jaune. I have Angel Share. I don't need a third. And plus, I have a duo that they said is close to it, and that is Amberlicious Cherry. And all of them are very much in the same family, the same kind of scent profile. So let me talk about this one. This one is a bit deeper. Let me give you some notes. This is cinnamon, cherry, vanilla, red apple, patchouli, and white musk. I think I was intrigued by the cherry that was in this. Let's spray. I do get that cherry. Before I did not. Before I felt like this was a kind of dulled cinnamon. It's a little bit dusty. And with me having my reference point at Angel Share, Angel Share is so bright and lively kind of compared to this. It's almost as if the Angel Share is a daytime version of what this could be. The cherry isn't as prominent to me. I think it does indicate a difference between this and the other two that I noted, but so this is a nice one. I think overall, and not comparing, see, comparison is the thief of joy, but without comparing this to those, and I only mention those because I know many of us had those other ones, but not comparing this is a decent fragrance. This is a nice cinnamon cherry fragrance, nice for the winter time, and it's a pretty good buy. So thanks, Lulu. Now we're gonna move into the oils. So one of the oils that I was very excited to get is Atari Rouge. This is an attar oil, and you just kind of screw off the top here, and it comes out on the stick, and you just apply wherever you'd like. This fragrance is such a tropical fruit bomb. It's gorgeous and perfect for layering. This would be really nice if you just want a nice soft tropical scent, but if you want to layer it, it's perfect. This has a whole range of notes, a melange of fruits from mango, pineapple, peach, coconut, lemon, and you do have some floral notes like rose and hibiscus. So that hibiscus at the top, as well as, and there's coconut at the top. This is, like I said, tropical and pretty. The coconut doesn't like seriously dominate and suffocate the other notes. I think they all play well. I'm so happy to have this with a beautiful bottle to boot. This one I got because of Deb Day. I just was so mesmerized by this bottle when she showed it on her channel that I had to have one too. The next one is called Private Musk by Swiss Arabian. Private Musk, another Deb Day recommendation, and this one is a nice sweet, again it has a little stick, sweet scent. Some people want to say it's BR540-esque. Private Musk has orange and caramel in it and cotton candy. I get more cotton candy than anything. There's oak moss and white amber in the base to still sweeten it up and ground it a bit. But this one is more cotton candy. And when I first got it, you know, I thought it was so light. Like, I can't smell it. Is it supposed to be this light? Like, how are people putting this in the same category as BR540? But of course, as many people that have been in this journey have come to realize, even if it's not an oil, it could be a regular perfume. You have to let these things sit. Sometimes you have to open them up, expose them to a little bit of air. This thing, now if I put it on, it can almost get cloying. The next one I have is Choco Must, is the one that I said belongs in the starter pack. A lot of people, when they're coming into the game or getting interested in fragrances and people ask about a chocolate fragrance recommendation, one of the first ones is Choco Must by Our Rehab. This is pretty inexpensive on Amazon, eBay, wherever. Choco Musk has white musk in it. It's vanilla, chocolate, cinnamon, spicy notes, sandalwood, amber, myrrh, and rose. I wanted to tell you all of those notes because a lot of them I don't quite pick up, but what my nose may be sensitive to or don't pick up, yours might be. So for me, it's giving me vibes of like Kayali's Vanilla 28 with chocolate powder in it. So I really like it. I enjoy it. I'm not sure about longevity. I know the oil is supposed to last longer than the actual spray, so that's why I have the oil. The next oil is White Musk by, I think this is Our Rehab as well because the labeling is the same. I did not buy them at the same time or from the same seller, but the labeling is the same, so I'm guessing Our Rehab. But White Musk is White Musk, which that's the only note that was listed. but for me it's giving white musk. There's a clean feel, there's an oil feel, and it just smells fresh, maybe a hair bit, like a touch powdery, but that's white musk, and it's pretty awesome. I think it's very good for like a stay at home at work kind of thing, or even if you're just going out and you have somebody in your private space. The next and the last fragrance is called Extrait de Musk. I purchased this when I went to Morocco. While I was there, I bought all these different types of smells, and so the only thing I kept out of that, out of those things, is this Extrait de Musk. So if that is white musk, this must be regular musk. It has a bit of like some fruity nuance, like maybe an orange, and then it smells ambery and like white musk or musk. I actually really like this, and this is the only one I kept. I think it layers well with different things. I was not able to find any notes or anything on it on Fragrantica. Oh, I forgot one. I actually forgot two. You want to hear? Come on, we've been here this long. Let's go. So one of the ones that I forgot was Laventure pour Femme by Laventure pour Femme by Al Haramain. And that particular fragrance smells exactly like Creed's Creed Aventus for Her is the name of this fragrance. Creed Aventus for Her, and they smell exactly alike. I'm so glad I had the Al Haramain one, because it's not necessarily a fragrance that I really care for. It can teeter on the side of masculine in my opinion, and that's probably because I was exposed to Nishane's Hachivat, which is similar to Creed Aventus. And so the Creed Aventus for Her is not that far off. It actually smells more like Hachivat. And I'm just not quite there yet. I'm keeping it around. It was an affordable fragrance. I'm keeping it around just in case I come around and my nose feels a little differently. But for right now, it's just a little on the masculine side. I'm not that into it. Okay, this is the last one for real. Rare Tiffany by Afnan. How beautiful is this bottle? I swear I got it because of the bottle, but everybody was talking about how great it was. And oh, can you see the detailing with the cap? And then they have like blue stone kind of detailing. I don't know if you can see that. But this fragrance, I'll give you some notes. Rare Tiffany has jasmine, ylang-ylang, rose. There's sandalwood, musk, and vanilla in the base, which is so odd to me because I'm so used to that in the that's in the middle. I'm used to that in the base, but in the base they have ginger, pink pepper, and caramel. Now, caramel in the base is what I love. Pink pepper, I love. Sandalwood, I love. I'm not sure about those florals. I know they're yellow and white, but I think this is nice. I think it's nice. But when I got it and I sprayed it, the first thing my sister said was like, ew, that smell old. And I was like, and so for me, trying to make up my mind and not deciding if I liked it or not, that just kind of pushed me away from the fragrance. Because if the average person is going to think or smell something that smells outdated and vintage and just not becoming, I don't want to smell like that, right? So I'm still thinking about it. It's odd because those notes, I think, of ginger can be a little funny. Like, I do like ginger in fragrances, and sometimes it gives it a spice, a sweet spice. And then sometimes I think, depending on when the fragrance is made, and I'm gonna look this up to see when this was actually made, but ginger can come off a little like one of those dated spices to me. And then caramel. I just smelled this again more recently and my stomach wasn't ready for it. I think the base is kind of rich and I was like, I'm not sure I wanted to smell that right now. So this is one that I'm just holding on to see if I can work with it or what I, really decide in my mind if I do like it or I do not. But that is all of my Middle Eastern fragrances and my Middle Eastern fragrance collection. Do you have any of these? What would you consider a Middle Eastern starting pack if you do have some of these fragrances or your own fragrances? I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff so that we can grow and I can continue to do this. I love talking with you guys. See you next time. Bye.